Good morning. Maybe you listen to this in the afternoon. I'm filming it in the morning. A little quick video about how to use MyFitnessPal and how to get your macros correct for the day. If you're new to macros and or MyFitnessPal, just know it takes time. It's not going to be overnight. You're not going to be perfect right away. And if you are, amazing, but you might not be every day. That is 100% okay. I'm going to share screen so you can see MyFitnessPal. Now be aware, MyFitnessPal on your phone looks a little bit different than on the desktop. You have access to your desktop as well. You go to myfitnesspal.com and use your same login information. If you use on your phone, it looks a little bit different on an iPhone as on an Android. The main difference is where the macros and the nutrition is, but I'm going to try and show all of that right now. And then when you play around with it, you'll find it. And of course, you know how to reach me. So I can screenshot as well for the phone. Okay, so I am here in my own myfitnesspal.com. Now don't look at the total of the macros. That is not so important. Okay, first, let's go to settings. So you can do this from your phone as well. You're going to the main screen where you have all of your options. You go to settings, then you go to diary settings. So food diary and settings. Okay, it looks different on your phone. It's easier on your desktop. When you go to settings, you have here the 5 that I can see. You can see all of them. I can only see the 5. So most of you will have this eventually set the fiber and cholesterol, depending on your goals and possible health situation. But carbohydrates, fat, and protein are obviously the 3 we have to have. Those 2 can be sodium, sugar, but for a lot of them eventually will be cholesterol and or fiber. Okay, you can also customize the names. So pre-post workout, brunch, lunch, all of these things can be set as well. And then diary sharing. Mine is the friends only, it can be public or private. Okay. Ideally, if it's not private, because then I can't see what you're doing. Public or friends only is 100% okay. Okay. So that are really the settings. If you want to change your goals, you go into the goals option. You can change your micronutrients. So the fiber, potassium, cholesterol, depending what we might have talked about, okay, by edit. You can also edit your nutrients from here. Most of them will do that from your phone. And here you can change your meals as well, okay? Just make sure that exercise calories is off and net carbs is off. If you're not sure how to do that, let me know. But make sure, again, exercise calories off for everyone. Net carbs off for everyone. Okay, cool, thank you. All right, let's go back to the diary. And again, this is recorded so you can watch it over and over again because I do tend to talk too fast. Working on that, okay? All right, let's go to tomorrow, okay? So pre-post workout, breakfast. For me, my pre and post workout is kind of the same. I eat half before and half after. For you, that might be different, okay? It doesn't matter. You don't have to call it breakfast. You can call it meal 1, 2, 3, or 4, okay? Meals, all right? We set them up. I wanted to show you how to copy and paste because that's going to save you so much time. So if you want to copy and paste a meal, you know from where it is. I'm going to copy it from a while ago. Okay, so I want to copy my dinner over. I go to quick tools or the 3 little dots on your phone. You click on that, it gives you options. You can remember the meal, right? If you eat something a lot, it's definitely smart to do remember the meal so you don't have to write individual ingredients anymore. I will just say Lucy's breakfast or right date or today to date, and then it gives more options. Okay, I'm going to do it to tomorrow. Then it asks me when I want to copy it to, because dinner today could be lunch tomorrow, right? You copy it, then it hops to that day, just so you know. Boom, there you go. I was like, what's happening? So give it a moment. Or 2. Oh boy, this will be my luck. Yeah. Okay, I want to move one more meal. So I go back to the date where I want to copy from. And I'll copy one more, my little snack. Quick tool, copy to date, tomorrow, dessert, done. Okay, meals copied, okay? Now my full day is copied from a different day. See all of the ingredients. Now I'm gonna look at the bottom and see where my macro's at. Whoopsie, not right, right? If you look at your phone, this is always at the top. Make sure you set it to macronutrients remaining. If that's not there right now at the top of your phone, click the 3 little dots or click just above there and you can change it. You want to set it on macronutrients focused, okay? Because that's what we're focusing on. If you see a little pie shape just above that, that's where you can see your micronutrients. So the fiber, the cholesterol, the sodium, if we've talked about that at this point, and or if you just want to look, I can only see from you this screen, okay? So for me, it's at the bottom, and I can only see those 5, I'm going to call them ingredients or not, but micros and macros that we set on the first 5, that we did in the beginning of this little video. So that's all I can see. I can't see the time. I can't see any of that. So don't worry too much about those things because I don't know them anyway. We talk about that. Okay, so ideally all of these numbers here remaining are up and down 5, okay? Now, if it's 8, trust me, in my books, you're on point. So clearly I have 200 grams of protein, which is about 49 too many. So I'm going in, scrolling up or down on your phone and see where all of this protein comes from. Because maybe I can see something that's not right. That I'm like, that seems like a lot. Where can I change something? So I have 49 to remove, so I'm scrolling back and forward and see what's doubled up because something doubled up. So let's say I take this seitan out of my dinner, right? I hit the little minus mark and on your phone you swipe. And then I look at the totals, I scroll back down. Aha, now I'm only 24 grams too many, right? So I'm gonna look for something that's 24 grams of protein that I don't really need. I prefer not to change too much about my pre and post workout. Because this protein pre and post workout should be around 25 grams, so it's a little high here. So let me take something out. I minus it. This is what we call Tetris. I go to the bottom and look at that, 1 gram. I still have protein with each meal. I'm still eating 6 times a day. Everything is great. Okay, now I'm going to my next macro. My carbs are 20 too low now, but I can add them later. And my fats are 31 too high still. Okay, so I have to take something out that just has fat, because if I take something out that also has protein, I'm ruining my protein at the same time. So I'm going to something, oh, maybe I don't have room for avocado today. It's my favorite. Avocado is not bad. Just for me right now, today, it's too much fat. So I'm going to take it out. And this is why you have to plan before you start eating. Because if you already ate lunch, how are you going to take it out? Okay, we don't go there, but that doesn't work, okay? So I have to keep playing around with my fat numbers till I hit them. So I want to make sure I don't take too much protein away, okay? Because I just set that right. So I keep playing around with my Tetris game till my numbers are better, okay? You just have to believe, this takes a little time for me too. Okay? So you keep playing Tetris. Now everything is pretty good. I just have to add a few more carbs. Now I don't have to add an extra meal. Maybe I can up something that already has carbs. Maybe instead of 10 asparagus, I'm gonna have 20, okay? So I click on that. See, you can change the amount of spears, right? And then the numbers. So now I have 20 spears and it's still for dinner. I save it. You can do this on your phone as well. Better, right? That's kind of how you want to think about it. So instead of saying, oh my goodness, I can't have oats or I can't have this, I can go into the oats and change it. I always like to set something to 1 gram or 1 ounce. It's easier that way because then you can just play with this number because that's why you have your food skill, right? This is what we call it Tetris. I'm going back and forward with different ingredients till these numbers are all the way I want it. Right now, protein is on point. It's between 5 up and down. Fats on point. It's between 5 up and down. Carbs, I'm still 12 too low, okay? So I have to find another way to add in more carbs without going any more, without fats, because they're already high, right? So I can scroll up and see if something that I eat has just carbs and fat, carbs and protein. Maybe I'll have more raspberries. So instead of 1 cup, which is 80 grams, I'm going to put it to 1 gram. I know 80 grams is 1 cup, so now I'm going to make it 100 grams. And I'm just going to say it's fun because I don't want to waste you any longer. But this is how you plan your meal, okay? Now, if you want to copy it till tomorrow, because this shake I have every day, I can just copy it to tomorrow, okay? Copy today, tomorrow, pre and post, done. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel, okay? If you want to make a meal, you go to My Meals. You can do this on your phone as well. You can click on the meals you already have. And look, they're right here. See, I already made this meal. So if I would go back to today's diary and I want to make the shake that I have every day in a meal, I click Add Quick Tools, right? Remember a meal. I can make it my own. You're kidding me, right? Okay, so normally you'll give an option to do this, to quick your meal. Let me see one more time if this would work. Technology. Remember meals. Is it going to work now? It won't. That's nice. Anyways, believe me that normally it does work. Now let me see if I can import a recipe. You like recipes, right? If you're going to make something just one time, don't go to the extent of doing this. Just roughly log it. But if it's your favorite banana recipe, you go to any website, you copy the URL, you go into my fitness pal on the recipes, recipe importer. I paste the recipe, I import the recipe. Okay. And then it says, these are all the ingredients. It says match ingredients. You give my fitness pal a minute and it's going to match it. Okay. Double check because it does weird things. Sometimes the way ingredients are set, it doesn't work. It says maybe 100 eggs instead of 1. So you do want to go over this. Let's say I don't want to use eggs. I want to use the banana instead, right? Search. Banana generic, 1 medium. Select. So now the recipe that I imported from the internet that had bananas has no longer bananas, okay? The recipes ask for 8 servings, but because I have my macros to deal with, I'm going to make the slice slightly smaller and I'm going to make 10 servings, okay? And then you save it. Now that recipe is in your recipes, now you don't have to go change it all the time. And now if you want to go into your food diary and you want to go to an empty day, I want to add that recipe. Right? I go add foods. I go to my foods, frequent meals like that, or your recipes. All of your recipes that you ever used will be here. So turkey meatballs, I'm highlighting it. I'm going to have two servings because I'm going to have the same for lunch and dinner. Make life easy, keep it simple. Instead of having 5 different meals a day, why not make a meal into small? Look, it's right there. So I didn't have to import a recipe right now. Same thing, adds foods, right? Internet's slow, here you go. My foods, all of my foods are there. Let's say it's my breakfast smoothie. I'm gonna have 3 cups, add checked. Boom, it's right there. So the downside is from this, you cannot change the individual ingredients. Now I can't play Tetris because I can't take the carbs down by saying I'm going to have slightly less pasta. So if you want to tweak the recipe, you have to copy and paste the entire meal to the next room. And you play Tetris every day, all day. That's it. Simple, right? Hopefully this was helpful. If this was the first time using my fitness pal, rewatch the video, ask me questions, but I'm hoping this helps you with meal planning. So again, pre-planning is key. If I wouldn't have pre-planned, I couldn't have taken my avocado away from lunch. It's like a budget. You want salmon, you can't have avocado. I want to eat my high protein seitan, I cannot have my protein pudding because I have too much protein. Okay, so everyone's budget is different, and you decide where your money or your macros is going. The only non-negotiable is your pre and post workout meal are high carbs and high protein, low fat for everyone. Okay, pre and post workout are important. Your pre-workout could be your breakfast. Your post-workout could be your dinner, depending on the time you're working out. It doesn't have to be an extra meal, but it can be. Okay, MyFitnessPal only gives you options to eat 6 times a day. You can eat 10 times a day. You just have to combine some snacks and communicate with me. Okay, if you eat 5 times a day, you'll have 1 meal left, but we really highly recommend you eat every 2-3 hours to keep your blood sugar, your metabolism, and your digestive going. But if you're just starting and you came from eating 2 meals a day, eating 6 might be pushing it a little bit. So it's your journey. There's no judgment in what you log. And if you want to log alcohol, let me know. That's a slightly different story as well. Okay, good luck.